Hello everyone, today we're going to be going over the importance of bank alts. You might already know about all this, but this is my bank alt. There are many like her, but this one is mine. And you might go, why is she level 5? Aren't bank alts normally level 1? Well, they can be, and oftentimes they are, but the main reason I went with level 5 was so that she can learn enchanting so that I can disenchant any greens that are just not very good. For example, I remember one I got yesterday was a male, like, level 30, like, wrist piece that was, like, arcane damage. I'm like, yeah, them level 40 arcane spect hunters, boy, I'll tell you. They're gonna want that level 30 piece of gear. So you just disenchant that or vendor it, as an example. Now, other reasons you may want to bank alt is because it saves a hell of a lot of time on, your main, because instead of having to go all the way back to Stormwind, or all the way back to Orgrimmar, or all the way back to insert place here, you can just send that stuff to your bank alt. Holy shit, that sold? Huh, didn't think that would sell. That's pretty sweet. That's almost 5 gold just in one sell. But yeah, you can save a lot of time just sending it to your bank alt, and then just keep adventuring, and not have to waste any unnecessary time going back to town, when you could just be, you know, adventuring and getting more money. Now, my general rule on banks is, speaking of which, I got everything I need. If they don't sell, then generally I give them 1 or 2 goes, and if they don't sell, I vendor it. Now, this hurts me to do, considering that auctions for 2 gold, but I put it up like 4 times and I've lost like 40 silver on deposits. So I'm gonna just start vendoring these, and I know it sucks. I know it hurts to do this, but basically I could put it up another couple times, but then I'd break even. So I'm just gonna come out ahead and just free up the inventory space, because this is just not selling at the price that it claims it should sell at. You might argue it's a mistake, but I think I got enough money on a bank alt. I think I got enough money. It's not gonna kill me. It's not selling either, and I've actually lost money at this point, so I'm just gonna cut my losses on this. I'm surprised this hasn't sold, but I've lost money because I've put that up twice already and lost money, so I'm vendoring that. This I've only put up once, so I'm keeping that. And this is just not selling, so I'm just going to vendor that. So, I'm up to 31 gold. I just spent like 6 gold on this character yesterday, so I'm actually well above price. Now, the other thing for a bank alt is you want to have... I've used Auctionator, but you really want to have some kind of auction add-on. Oh, excuse me. Why? Okay, here's why. Blizzard's original, let's say, for this thing. Blizzard's original thing for this is just awful. For example, let's just go search for... Not that. Let's just search for the good old linen cloth. Yeah. This UI, the way they have it set up, you don't think it's that bad, but it is. It's actually terrible. Notice how all the stacks are different things, and it's basically all just going off of your bids. Let's search for the same thing in Auctionator and see what it gets us. It might take a little while, and I'm sure it will, because it has to scan all the pages of linen. Makes it exceptionally easy to get what you want for the cheapest you can. Or if you're selling, which I'll show you in a minute with the mace there, it's actually very easy. Now, you do want to make sure of the prices before you just auto list things on if you're selling, because it can make mistakes. Or just make tactically unsound decisions in an economic battlefield, because it basically undercuts the cheapest one, so you're the first one up there. But that's not always what you want. But yeah, linen cloth. Well, that's not exactly what I wanted, but... You can see this is what, what's all listed here. Why is it only when I'm recording it does this? Anyway, That was on history, that's why. So you can see here it has stacks of 20, 3 stacks of 20, how much each item is, how much the stack is. It's a lot cleaner. So generally the ones on top are the cheapest, but sometimes you don't want that. Sometimes you only want 3. And it shows you it's just a lot cleaner looking. As for selling, as you probably no doubt saw, that's going for 2 gold right now, and that's because this person has it up for 2 gold. This would be one of those times where I manually change it, because that's a 190, so we'll go at 185, just because I'm a dick and I undercut. But not too much, because I want the market to stay up so that we all make money. Some people undercut to an absurd degree, and it's like, why you do that? Now nobody makes money, unless you buy it and resell it yourself, and that's risky. They're at 2 gold, so I would probably put it at 1 gold and 95 silver. It's not too much of an undercut, but we're still making... Holy shit, that's 27 gold, 27 silver deposit. Yeah, I can still make money even if that doesn't sell. I don't know if that'll sell. I think that's more for a rogue leveling. I don't know if rogues buy weapons leveling. You'd think they would. Anyway, we'll try that. If it doesn't sell this time, I'll vendor, just to try and cut my losses. Also, as you saw, I only put that up for 2 to 8 hours. If you put it up for less, you have less of a deposit thing. But for something like this, it almost always gets the correct one. It's kind of hard to tell how much this stuff's going to, you know, sell for on any given day. I usually put up a couple stacks of this and then just let it ride. Since this is the middle, well, it's kind of during prime time, so I'll just put it up for 2 hours because it's a very cheap deposit. You can do that by either doing this or going on the default auction house and doing this. And all this stuff I got from my main, and it was cluttering up her inventory, so now she doesn't have to deal with it. Pretty much only this character has to deal with it, which is a damn sight better. This I should have vendored, so we're putting that down there for later. This I'm not vendoring for a while, because that's a level 19 warrior thing, and I'm saving that till people have money to spend on it, and people will spend on that, mark my words. Thick leather almost always sells. This is the first time it's never sold for me, but I'm pretty sure it's because I got undercut. But yeah, you can just... I need to send some of this stuff. Actually, I don't think that's worth... how much does that cost to put up 20 copper? Yeah, it's worth it. And then for now... But yeah, it saves a lot of time on your main, so you don't have to run back to town. It saves you a whole lot of money. Well, I guess not saves you a lot of money, because you actually, you do have to pay postage to send stuff to your bank ult, but that's more than made up in the fact that you never have to stop questing on your main, so you end up making more money in the long run. Why do people stand right in front of the person? It just makes it more annoying for everybody else. Anyway, you get more bank space, as you can see here, which is always good. Always good. What do I want to save? That's the question. Elemental Earth's definitely staying in there. Don't need to keep the gold bars. I can send that to my main because she's actually hoarding them in her bank, so I don't need to have it in this person's bank. I can just have it in, you know, my main's bank. It stacks real nicely. So to replace that, I'll just put in... Do I really? Oh, here it is. And we're gonna move this so it's all symmetrical. Like, I know my bag organization's probably giving people strokes right now, and that's not my fault, that's your fault, really. See, it's sold already. Thick leather almost always sells during prime time, as long as you don't overprice it. With the auctionator, it's actually pretty difficult to overprice it unless you intentionally do so. These silk bags, I'm kind of waiting for an ult that I make one day, because I'm kind of good on bag space right now. I don't really want to put those in the bank, though. This also needs to go to my main, because she can smelt that into more gold, so why do I have that on my bank? I don't know. I think it's because at the time I had no room for it. This stuff should go on the auction, but we're not doing that right now, but Oh, my bag organization is just plain terrible. And I don't even care. I don't even really care. You go in there because that's right next to the other elemental thing. You should go in there. Not there. God, my own bag organizational skills leave a lot to be desired. I understand that. Wow, I remember back when I used woolen bags. Those were fun days. No one ever buys this page 24. I don't understand why. I'm this close to just vendoring them because I put them up for a couple times already. Every other page of the Stranglethorn always sells, though. This needs to go to my main as well because you can smelt the iron. I'm gonna put the light feather in there because eventually they're gonna be worth something. I don't know why I haven't vended all this food. This character's never going to quest, and if she does, I'm pretty sure she can afford to buy food at this point. Excuse me. Okay, so this is all going, this is gonna be, so yeah, we've cleared out most of our bags. And the other reasons you might want to have a bank is because, I don't know about you, but my main has like 50 gold, this has about 30 gold. That's because I send all of my greens to this bank, and I just treat my bank's money like wild money, personally, because I could just spend it on whatever I want. I can spend it on friggin' gear for my warrior if I so felt like it. I can spend it on. I can just send it to my paladin if I wanted. It's just free money. Now you can send it all to your main. I'm not gonna fault you if you do such. I've done it before. I've sent like 5 gold, I think, over time to my main because I invested in stuff probably a little too early. Alright, I was gonna vendor those. I also tend to forget things if you hadn't noticed. You probably should have by now. So, yeah, that's the gist of a bank alt. Saves a lot of time, which means more money, which is always important in a game like World of Warcraft. Maximizing your time, it's kind of a big freaking deal. Now, this other thing is you can put things for like 2 stacks of 1. But I'm not doing that with these because they just don't sell, so I'm just gonna vendor that shit. Some poor person in Stranglethorn Vale's probably crying right now. I need that page! Well, you never bought it, so really you didn't need it that much. Food can sell. It's just not very often. But to be fair, that's not exactly a huge loss if it doesn't sell, and I need to sell it anyway because I just... what the hell, we'll try it. But yeah, this inventory looks a lot better now, doesn't it? Miraculously. Than when I started. Well, a little bit better. Not a lot better. Looks a little bit better. No, because I need to keep that there so I remember to actually do stuff. Yeah, anyway. If you don't have a bank character, I can tell you what's going to happen. Every so often, you're gonna have to go back to Stormwind, or you're gonna have to go back to Orgrimmar, and that's a lot of time over the course of going to 60. It just is. That's a lot of time. And when you could just be sitting in Darkshire, or questing in Darkshire, you can, if you load up your bags, send them to your bank, and then just do all that stuff there. Yeah, you still gotta deal with it on your bank ults, but your main doesn't have to travel back and lose XP per hour, and it's just a faster /play time all in all. Is there anything else? Nope. Okay. Probably should sell the bolts of silk cloth, but I'm saving those in case a guildie needs it. I do tend to sell things probably a little too zealously. I've had things where they go, do you have any... Oh, sorry man, I sold those. Whoops. My bad. This character has 4 more gold than she ever deserves to have. It's just disgusting, really. And that's bank ults in a nutshell. Not completely 100% needed, only like 95% needed. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, my first time playing World of Warcraft, I never had a bank character, and I suffered for it. A lot. It's very nice. I should probably send this mage weave to my paladin as well. because she needs mage weave for bandages. God knows she doesn't need it for bags at this point, because she has 4 runecloth bags. Because I splurged on that. Bags are about the only thing I splurge on. I found them for like 2 gold on the auction house yesterday, which, let's see what they're going for now. Just for, oh my god. 4 gold a bag! I got them for half price yesterday. So yeah, I spent like 8 gold on her yesterday, and she was down to like 20 gold, which was bad for her. But now they're up to 4 gold, so I'm feeling pretty good about those runecloth bag purchases. I know some people say, 8 gold? You just spent 8 gold on bags? You're damn right I did. I need that inventory space. Yep. That's the one thing you should learn from all of this. Inventory space is king. I should probably just sell off that wool bag, because all my characters have stuff better than wool bags. Like, even my warrior has silk bags, so she doesn't need the wool bags. The only person that might need wool bags is an alt. Shit, I guess I shouldn't sell it then. Okay, well, I guess that's about all I got today, because I'm just rambling at this point, and I want to kind of get to playing WoW on my main character. That's kind of a big deal with me, so... but yeah, the reason you might want disenchanting on your bank ult is because those things that just don't sell. I don't have any on me right now, but if you find any greens, if you have Auctionator and better vendor price, it'll tell you a variety of things that you can make a decision if it's, you know, usually worth more to disenchant it, or to just straight up vendor it, or to even try and auction it. You can make a better informed decision, which will lead to more money in the long run, which is really what we all want in Classic, isn't it? Because let's face it, gold is in short supply in Classic. That's putting it mildly. I almost want to go back in the auction house and look for plate gear for my poor paladin. She's still in full mail at almost 41, and it's kind of embarrassing. But, you know, I don't have any plates, so I just gotta deal with it until I start getting quest rewards. Excuse me, unless I want to spend a gold per piece, which I don't really want to do, because it's usually just like 20 or 30 silver more for like 100 armor per piece, which adds up, but I like keeping my money. Anyway, I've been rambling on long enough. I will let you all go and start making money of your own. If you're wondering what it was again, it was Auctionator, not Auctioneer. I don't know if Auctioneer has been made for Classic, but I know Auctionator works. You could also get Trade Skill Master, but I've never used it. But Auctionator does the job just fine. Just be careful for the auction house that you don't undercut somebody so much that nobody's making any money. Also, if you're using the default UI, I'll tell you a little trick that people really don't want you to know. I'm just giving away trade secrets here. For example, let's go to... Here we go, let's just pick this for some reason. You'll notice that the bids, usually like something like, well, I guess not this time, I'm surprised. A lot of times you'll see bids with like 1 copper in some categories. If you go to time left and filter by low, no, low. Is there no low time left? Well, shit. Well, a lot of times you'll find stuff that has low time left but has a bid price of 1 copper, or maybe even 1 silver. And you can just bid, and a lot of times you'll be able to get the thing for real cheap, because they don't have a lot of time left on it and they didn't have time to cancel it. So, because some people put their bid at 1 copper, trying to get to the front page of the default UI of the auction house, because they show the lowest bid on the front page. So you can kind of game the system a little bit that way and get real cheap stuff. So, that's my last tip. I'm going now, so have fun. Bye-bye.